Sorry for the wind. I don't have good technology. I just can't do technology well. Another example of a Miramichi that has done really interesting and amazing things. This is just part, I think, of this man's story, Hiram Baisley. The village of Logieville, 1991 that says, but it's much older than that. Used to fuel up the trains that ran through here. A local citizen, Mr. Billy Walsh, was just featured on CBC News talking about this, and with hopes of being able to restore it somehow. Sounds like an amazing project to me. What could the people of Logieville think of? As spring training is happening down in Florida, the new baseball season is upon us. This is March 23rd at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and tomorrow that'll be covered in snow. Home of the Ironman. The Chatham Ironman, folks. The legendary Chatham Ironman. Spring training is now canceled. You know, oh my goodness, folks, Roger Como is back. Look at this man. This man is back, the local historian. So Raj, we're here. Actually, welcome everybody to Mirami-histor-chi, episode number 23. And we've been away for a week, Raj, almost. I think our last, I think we did one on the 23rd. Roger doesn't have on everybody's favorite shirt. He's got on a new shirt today. I got one of my mother's knitted sweaters.
What do you classify as new?
New as in didn't wear it on the show.
Okay.
New as in didn't. Okay, so the songs that you heard at the beginning of this episode, I was driving out to Pointe-à-Car, and I took that video a while ago. Because I was planning on doing an episode, and then Raj had a little bit of a neck issue, not to get too personal. Okay, so the one song, okay, so the first song, Raj, that I played at the beginning of this video is Pearly, what is it? Song for Pearly. Okay, so it's called A Song for Pearly.
Oh, just a minute now.
Yeah.
Is this
That's your...
Is this Pearly Hair?
Yeah, no, that's the... I played a song at the beginning of the...
The second now, probably. Oh, because I know the first paragraph of that song.
Oh, do you?
Because I worked with him, Pearly Hair, singer at the Folks Festival.
He died at the...
Yeah.
So it says Song for Pearly, but the vocals that we played were from Colleen Furlong, and they had Jody Robichaud on guitar and bass, Jim McDonald on the drums, Eugene Summers on piano, and then you can mention that. And then the second song that was played is called Front Porch, Melanie Ross Breen at the vocals, and what a beautiful singer.
Yeah.
Wow, that was top flight. Joe Breen, guitar and bass, and Scott Ferguson. And then Raj, you know what else I showed? I showed a picture of Ironman Park before the snow. And then I showed a picture of Ironman Park after the snow.
Now, the song for Pearly, did she sing it while you were driving?
Oh yeah, I played the song.
Oh, let me give you the first verse.
The first verse, yeah.
Well, the MC called for Pearly, but Pearly wasn't there. He was over at the Dark Horse, sitting dead upon his chair. That's as far as I learned.
Oh, right on. Well,
I worked with Pearly Hair at the pulp mill.
Oh, really? So that song was written for him?
Yeah.
And so the story is he was a singer, and he passed away at the
Well, they
Black Horse.
no, those guys there, they have a drink, guy.
Yeah.
And after they do a song, they just walk out the door, walk across the street, and go in there and have a drink or two. Eh?
Yeah.
So here he was sitting dead upon his chair.
Oh wow.
Imagine.
Oh wow. That's that's and then so that song has become a folk tradition here in the Miramichi. Yeah, and speaking of other folk traditions, played a song. We talked about these guys the other day, Sons of the River, and Roger and I were saying that, you know, it was Charlie Stymus. Here's a correction: Charlie Stymus was on the guitar, Wally Jimmo on the accordion, Jordan Carson was playing mandolin there, and Clarence was on the bass. We had mentioned that Vernon Shea was in that band, so that was a mistake on our part. And there was another correction that I can't remember right now. And so, Raj, we have we got some stuff to get into. We're 2005, part 2,
Well,
and
although it's dirty weather outside and it's winter, we want to show this ahead of time so people get the fever when the spring comes.
oh well, okay.
These
So
are
this is
people that live from Newcastle.
okay. So this is a Newcastle couple. This is from a September 6 issue of the Miramichi Leader, and look at this right here, folks. This is what we are missing right now. Everybody is waiting. This is the couple right here. We'll mention those, and the photos that we're showing are from their beautiful garden in their yard, located in Newcastle. And what a beautiful garden! This is Mary and Lou Richardson. Leaden Street. Okay, so the garden is located on the corner of Green and Leaden Street in Newcastle. And once again, I wonder if their garden is still there. This is almost 20 years ago. And look how beautiful that is. And they said, garden relaxing, I can't read that backwards, helps heal the soul. And it's a true thing. We've mentioned, Raj, a few times just how powerful a pill nature is, and it's a free pill. The side effects are positive, and we'll include gardening in that pill. And Raj, I've been out on the Miramichi doing some things. You know, meeting with some people, and I'm just continuously impressed with the people of the Miramichi. It's been an excellent time for me. I'm home from Vancouver. It's been about 4 months now, following the passing of my father, Ronnie, Roger's brother, and we decided we're doing this project. This is an intergenerational community building project that we're trying to do here. We're trying to keep it positive. And so, you know, I've been thinking a little bit, Raj. I said, you know, I hope I'm not going a little bit too loose. And, you know, we're showing photos. We're trying to keep this only positive. And I hope that I'm not, you know, we're not showing things or saying things that are, you know, causing people to, you know, roll their eyes a little bit. So we're...
The phone never rang yet.
The phone never rang yet. So this is what we're doing. We're doing it for, we said it before, we're doing it for ourselves. It gives us a chance to hang out. It gives us a chance to recognize the valuable aspects of a small community such as the Miramichi, and we're going through, and it's giving us a reminder of just how excellent of a community that we have here, how great the people are, the many interests, and I for one have been recognizing that each episode. It's been really, really therapeutic for me. And then okay, you'll turn this over. We'll get to this one maybe a little bit later.
Yeah.
Okay, Raj, what do you got rocking here?
We got 4 sections of Miramichi energy.
Okay.
That would be Gerard Doucet's daughter.
Okay.
There's 3 of them that lead the thing, and this is the program that follows the show.
Okay. And once again, Raj has been collecting all of these things for over 50 years, and it's his interests. We're on the Chatham side, the south side of the river, so we're mostly focusing on, you know, people that Roger has known and stuff, but we're trying to show the many aspects of the Miramichi. And Raj and I are both sports fans, but Roger has a passion for the performing arts and just kind of everything. So it's a real treasure to be sharing this this collection. So here's something: Miramichi Energy to perform at James M. Hill Theater Thursday and Friday. This is from the Miramichi leader. Look at a group of young performers. There's nothing that's more empowering than getting on a stage, performing. Well, there's the phone. You gonna answer that?
Yep.
Yeah, and we don't, like, I'll just pause it right here. We'll let Raj answer the phone. We'll be back at you guys in 1 second.
She's out. She can't believe it.
Well, folks, that phone call just brought some Miramichi news. That was a bowling update up there at the lanes in Newcastle. Big night for Team Obey. Okay, so we have the Miramichi Energy. Here's a photo. Miramichi Energy to perform at James M. Hill Theatre. These Miramichi Energy performers say they can't wait to showcase their Broadway singing and dancing style. And we heard Roger's singing voice. He can play his guitar. He can dance. But what do you guys think about the singing? That's one thing I wish I was able to have had a talent for, is singing. And then
That's
with
the program.
okay, so Roger collects that. He also in his collection has many programs, brochures, pamphlets, whatnot. This is the program from that show, and it is School District 16 and Miramichi Energy proudly presents Reborn. And Margie and Roger attended this on Friday night, August 26. The cast members of that show: Becky Butcher, Coralie Curtis, Joey Dignam, Lori Doucette, Heather Gallant, Janelle Hashi, Patrick Hawks, Kelsey Henderson, Christopher Knowles, Chelsea LeBlanc, Lacey LeBlanc, Megan Lynch, Rachel Merrithew, Lacey Russell, Stacy Scott. I know a Scott Stacy in Vancouver. Malita Urquhart, Carrie Wolk, I think it's spelled, with special guests Jenna Henderson, Callista Gilks, Jenna Stewart, Robin Sutherland, music directors Amy Doucette, Katie McDonald, dance directors Kelly King, Nancy Hutt, supervisor Eleanor McLaughlin. Really excellent, Raj. Thanks for sharing. That was the brochure.
Now we're going to show some colorful shots.
Okay, so here's some color shots of that same show, folks.
This is Gerard's daughter here.
Okay, so one of our Logieville boys, Gerard Doucette, and his daughter Lori Doucette is in this photo right here. I wonder what she's up to these days. And there's some more color shots from that evening and this show. Look how happy and healthy everybody looks performing on stage. It's a beautiful thing, folks. It is also art. Art is also another free pill you can take. Beauty, Lori Doucette and the Beast, Christopher Knowles perform a dance sequence. The directors who made Miramichi Energy possible after a 4-year hiatus are from left: Katie McDonald, Nancy Hutt, Kelly King, and Amy Doucette. That is that foursome that I just mentioned right there. Those are the directors.
Amy, Gerard's daughter.
And Amy is Gerard's daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, right on.
Both daughters are.
Oh, both daughters were...
This is the last one here.
Okay, and some more color shots from that. Look at these children. They are on stage performing to an audience. Look at how healthy this looks. It looks really wonderful. It's just, you know, energy for the soul to get out and perform. You just have a natural high after you do something like that. So pictured below, Miramichi Energy performers boogied to the popular Village People song YMCA during their disco set. Jenna Henderson, Callista Gibbs, Jenna Stewart, and Robin Sutherland. And we have Joey Dignam and Coralie Curtis, Rachel Merrithew, and Kelsey Henderson. And that picture right there, folks. Roger, thank you once again for sharing.
Upside down.
Upside down. Roger has a
Okay.
process here.
When you read that, this is before.
Okay.
There's an after.
Okay. Here is what we got. Roger shares from August 26, 2005. There we go. And we know this man right here, folks, a Hall of Famer in the New Brunswick, or is it Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame? A great Miramichi over the years. Ironman coach, Mr. Greg Morris. It says senior Ironman off to BC to play in national championship. And
Part 2.
here is part 2 of that. The senior Ironman win bronze in BC. Congratulations, boys. And you know what, Raj? There is a... And if you guys want to know the roster of that 2005 team, David Barr, John Burns, Jason Dixon, Will Doyle, Mike Dunnett, David Godfrey, Alan Hilchey, Matty Jenkins, Mike King, Terry Leggett, Mike Lewis, Steve McCarty, I remember him from Fredericton, Tim Moore, Robbie Murphy, a great ball player, a great athlete, Jody Peterson, Colin Ring, Artie Sanford, John Saunders, Miramichi Wall of Fame, Gary Traer, David Whalen, Derek Wilson, Greg Morris was the coach, Daryl Matthews the GM, Mervyn McCarthy was the chef de mission, and Dr. Marc LeBlanc was the team physician. Roger, thanks for sharing. Excellent story, winning a bronze medal in BC.
Okay.
The Ironmen, they just continue to have won championships over the years.
Okay, we're going to just change over to the music side of her.
Okay, back to some arts. We have community fortunate to have Miramichi fiddlers, and we got young and old right here, folks. Imagine being able to play that instrument. Look at that young woman right here playing the fiddle, and there's a group shot of the famous Miramichi fiddlers. What a excellent thing it would be to be able to join in a group like that, and that would be a powerful experience. It's like orchestra-like. And that young girl playing was Katie Waygood, 14. She's the youngest member of the Miramichi Fiddlers in 2005. And we're going to give a shout out to the Miramichi Fiddlers. And Susan Butler was writing this article, the great Susan Butler. We had Alvin Mountain, Bill Foran, Bob Arsenault, Bob Morrison, Buddy Rolfe, Carmen Williston, Clarence Taylor, Dallas McDonald played guitar, Doris Bremner, she is a seamstress out in Napan. She has fixed some of my clothes, and she's really good, and what a great conversationalist. Elmer McDonald, Eva Dignam, Everett McLean, Frank Blackear, Garnet Johnson was on the banjo, Guy Robishaw, Joanne Young, John Harris, John McClellan, Junior Hubbard, Karen Morrison, Katie Waygood, the youngest at 14, Kay Morrison, Kevin Blackear on guitar, Lucien Hashi, Melvin Ross, Norman Young, lead fiddler, Paul Albert, Stan Taylor, Susan McClellan, Theodore Falley, banjo, Tyrone Hubbard, piano, Wally Dugay, guitar, Wilfred Drisdell, and Wilfred McKay. Was Maddie not on there? Anyway.
Well, she probably wasn't there that night.
Yeah, she wasn't mentioned in that article.
That was quite a while back.
2005. Oh, well.
Right.
Well, folks, this is going to age many of us. You know how you just say, oh, yeah, it was just a few years ago? Well, this is almost 20 years ago on August 26, 2005. The Miramichiers welcome Staples. There it is. So almost 20 years ago, we had the big welcoming of Staples. There's a lineup to get in. They needed some photocopies. I went to Staples a few weeks ago to try to find ink for my pen. I struck out. Apparently they stopped making those cartridges. Anyway, Mayor John McKay cuts the ribbon with the help of members of the Special Olympics, including Karen Duffy. So there's John McKay and Karen Duffy. Store manager Shane Foster poses with a photo of New Brunswick Special Olympics executive director Mark Clark. And New Brunswick Special Olympics president Joseph Trevors. And we had bargain hunters and Staples employees. So there it is, folks. There was those three gentlemen that I just mentioned right here. And so Staples, that's almost 20 years ago, folks. Wow, how time flies. And then old Raj just had to go upstairs for a second. We have one more article, then we got to pause, and then we'll get back at you. So everybody knows this, famous Canadian, the amount of motivation inspiration and gusto, whatever is in certain humans. This man, young man, certainly had it many, many years ago. This is from 2005. There's a statue of the great Canadian, Mr. Terry Fox. This is, I'm assuming this is in Vancouver.
I should say.
Yep, because it's in Victoria.
Yeah.
There's another one in Vancouver as well. A bronze statue of Terry Fox is unveiled yesterday for a crowd in Victoria, BC. Terry's mother, Betty Fox, thanked Canadians for continuing to believe in her son's dream to find a cure for cancer, as more than 3 million students across Canada ran yesterday to mark the 25th anniversary of the Marathon of Hope. Amazing Terry Fox. And you know what? I live out in Vancouver, so Raj, I've taken several drives up to Simon Fraser University, where he went to school, and to Coquitlam, where he's actually from, just on the outskirts of Vancouver. And, you know, every one of us have a special place in our heart for Mr. Terry Fox, don't we?
I had to go upstairs to get a lozenge to lubricate my throat because of all the talking I'm doing.
All the talking Raj is doing. And poor Raj, again, you know, we mentioned the neck. How is the neck feeling? Is it feeling a little bit better?
Well, a lot better than it did 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah, it kind of puts you out of commission, eh?
Sure
I was coming over as a partner to the local historian, Mr. Roger Como. I was coming over here to check in. I was saying that I was checking in on him, but what I was really doing was just seeing if when we were going to do another episode. No, I was checking in on my Uncle Raj. So what do we got here, Raj? On Food Bank, Rogers Video team up to collect supplies for back to school distribution. So Rogers Video, that's long gone. As times change so quickly, there's not many rentals going on these days unless you go to like a vintage shop. And that was Rogers helping out the local food bank. What do we got for names here? Miramichi Food Bank, shown here from left. Aaron Furlong. He was the Miramichi Food Bank coordinator. June Summers, or maybe she was, sorry. Rogers Video Assistant Manager April Clark. Paula Duguay, Kira Sloan, and in the rear, Mark LaBelle and Rogers Video Store Manager Donnie Gallio. There's Mark LaBelle right there, folks. Mark LaBelle, Logieviller, son of Peter and Joyce. Now, I don't know much about Mark. I remember him as a little kid, but I do know his father, Peter, and he's another musical guy. Played the guitar upside down. I think he played lefty, and then the strings, the only guitar he had as a kid came strung the other way. He just learned how to play it, and he's a beautiful singer. He comes from a musical family, left-handed arm. He can pitch. He played first base, and he just always has a smile on his face. And I saw him just after he just had a recent knee surgery.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I cut that out there because of Logieviller.
Because of a Logieviller, Mark LaBelle. Look at that, the local historian.
Are you keeping going, or are you going to pause?
Well, we are going to pause for we got to have a meeting. We got to have a meeting, folks. It's an important meeting behind the scenes. We got some documents to sort and file and do all of that stuff. Okay, we'll see you in a second. Okay, that was probably one of the best organizational meetings that has ever taken place. Not only did we get our filing done, all of the distribution of all of the historic artifacts that Roger has been collecting. What else was going on was there was even some brewing, there was some food involved. It's an amazing talent. The barley soup, it's always to perfection, and that was needed, folks. So yeah, Raj, what do we got here?
Well, it's basically gas price back to 1981.
Oh my God!
You're gonna mention this guy's name here.
Okay, so this is like 25 years later or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was in the August 2005 issue. Okay, it says we'll just show you the price. This is actually we'll show you the price. Self-serve was 39 cents, like 40 cents, folks, right there. Petro-Canada in 1981, and it says, the caption says, "This is no joke. This was the gas price on December 18th, 1981, as an old news clipping can attest. Shown in the photo is Skinner Mackenzie. I don't know who Skinner Mackenzie is.
Newcastle Way. Yeah.
Up Newcastle Way. And this was a Petro-Canada right outside the Night Owl Convenience. So that must have been over in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's from a 2005 edition, but they were showing an old photo from 1981. There's Skinner Mackenzie. I tell you what, you do not have a proper town unless you got a guy named Skinner. Right?
Okay, back to the hockey.
Okay, New Brunswick field hockey team unbeaten. This is from 2005. Roger goes through, folks. He has some stuff underlined and highlighted. And New Brunswick field hockey player Marley Preston realizes the team is regarded as an underdog by everyone. They tied Manitoba 1-1 here yesterday. New Brunswick opened the tournament with a 2-0 victory over Quebec on Monday. What else is going on? Preston is a James M. Hill graduate. That's why Roger has her. And she just completed her first year of health sciences study at Dalhousie University. I hope she's doing well. And we got another underlining right there, folks. And our local Roger's neighbor, Denise Robichaud of Miramichi, scored both of New Brunswick's goals in the win over Quebec. Right on, Denise. I was too old to even see you play field hockey. I was gone. And I was telling your brother Eric, who actually helped me get the snowblower started on the last snowstorm. Eric lives nearby. And I said, Eric, I think Monique Robichaud is leading the Mirami-histor-chi in mentions, but Denise is now coming a quick second. So that just shows you how athletic they were, and scholastic as well. And those both sisters are living out in Calgary, Alberta. They're both beautiful and very talented, so good for you, girls.
Oh, you should start off with this couple before you jump to them.
This couple here?
Yeah.
Okay, this is from August 2005. We have a winning photo here. Does anybody know who that fine couple is right there? Tournament champs. It's hard when I'm reading. I'm reading off the screen, so everything's backwards. Sometimes I'm good at it, sometimes I'm not. Okay, so those people right there, Miramichi's Paula and Pat Flanagan, captured the 7th Tim Hortons Guevin International Mixed Leach Tournament held at Gowan Bray Golf Club on the weekend. 80 teams participated. The Flanagan team posted a 2-day score of 147 using a modified Pinhurst format. The event raised $800 for Tim Hortons Children's Foundation. And then, on the same page, right next to that, Miramichi United Soccer Club, under 14 girls, off to the provincials. This is a 2005 group. Soccer was never a game that the Cummos really played. I cannot remember any Cummo excelling at soccer.
No.
Who would have been the best Cummo at soccer? Probably Vicky in the girls category.
Yep.
She had the most athletic kind of way about her. My sister Vicky, field hockey, basketball. Okay, so Raj, on this under 14 girls club, we have Miramichi United Soccer. Mike Dinan was the head coach. Amanda Doucette, Martine Durrell, Aaron Walsh, Taryn Landry, Melissa Jeans, Jody Hashi, Kathleen Grant or Krant, maybe a misspelling, and Debbie Landry was the assistant coach. We had Allison Turcott, Melissa McGee, Melanie Berry, Maggie Bowes, Marley Curran, Sophie Manuel, Megan Murdoch, and the goalkeeper was Jade Malpe. And congratulations, girls. You guys were off to the provincials in 2005, and I wonder how you guys fared. Right on. Thanks, Raj. Oh, I see Winston Churchill.
Oh, this is something special there.
Okay. This was in the Leader or the Chimes?
Oh, no.
New Brunswick Reader.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was just...
Historical thing.
Okay, so 1954, the House of Lords and House of Commons commissioned Graham Vivian Sutherland to paint a portrait of Sir Winston Churchill to be presented to him on his 80th birthday. And here's a story of that right there. This was from 2005 article of Sir Winston. Churchill was a painter himself, and 3 of his works are on display in the Art in Dispute exhibit. Churchill often gave his paintings to Beaverbrook as birthday presents, and this was presented to the Beaverbrook Art Gallery.
Yeah, they weren't so impressed with the.
They didn't like the painting?
No, they didn't show it.
Okay. It was on display at the Beaverbrook Art Gallery in Fredericton during the Art in Dispute exhibit that continues until... So that was 2005. Right on.
Okay, speaking of museum.
Okay. History Museum seeking help. Well, too bad we didn't know any local historians that were willing to help. There he is, folks. This is none other than Sean O'Reilly of the Miramichi Natural History Association at City Council, where he made a request for $78,000. Atlantic Canada's oldest natural history museum is looking for a new home, and it wants the city's help. Earlier this summer, the museum, a seasonal operation, confirmed it wouldn't be opening the season after government inspectors closed the building due to safety concerns. So what we'd like to request is $78,000 from the city to purchase the parking lot adjacent to the old Walco building. Museum board member Sean O'Reilly told council. That's where we stand right now. I don't think they went there. They moved on, it's on Wellington, and it's close to Henderson. And it's on the south side of the street. And I have not been in, but when it opens, I'm going to go in. And I think Sean, and this is almost 20 years later, he is still in charge, is he not?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. How about jumping over here, Raj?
Okay.
This is actually from the Moncton Times and Transcript, and this was on December 31st, 2005. 2005 is what we're doing. And with all these famous people, it shows some deaths, some notable deaths that the Moncton Times...
Every page.
Yeah, it goes on for pages, and all I'm gonna do is read one of them. And this fine fellow right here, an excellent man, an excellent volunteer, an excellent member of the community, Mr. Paul Dawson. And I will read what it has under his photo. It says, in Paul Dawson, yeah, our great Miramichier. He was Deputy Mayor of Miramichi City Council and previously served as the Progressive Conservative MLA for Miramichi Newcastle. Under the Hatfield government, he served as Minister of Commerce and Development until 1985, before he was handed the portfolio of Income Assistance until 1987. He also competed and lost in the general elections of 91 and 95. He was voted to the post of Deputy Mayor after the 2004 municipal elections. Before becoming a politician, Dawson was also a successful educator and administrator, as well as playing a prominent role in local sports. In 94, he was inducted into the Softball New Brunswick Hall of Fame, and in 2002, he was inducted into the national body. So right on, we lost a great man when Paul Dawson passed away, and this is from 2005. And, you know, I do know his son, although not very well, but a shout out to Mr. Tommy Dawson.
Kind of give a view of the back page.
Oh, and this is the back page right here, folks. Johnny Carson and the Pope the same year, and all of these other famous people. But, you know, we focused on our local, and Bancroft from The Graduate also in 2005.
So this is a program. This is a special program here. Celebration on the weekend of the freedom of the city. And we have a full page
Freedom of the City ceremony, folks. Freedom of the City ceremony. So that was a program, Freedom of the City. I don't even know what that is. So here's some photos. We'll do a little bit of reading. This is from 2005. There's a nice medal right there. And this says, ceremonial commanders for Freedom of the City event, Dean Lawrence, he was commander for the Peacekeepers, Corporal Frederick F. Moore, commander for World War II veterans, and Gerald Buolo, commander for Korean veterans. And then we have counselors Renee Smith, Brian Kingo, and Scotty Bernard. Present Peacekeeper Peter Loge with the Freedom of the City Peacekeeper Michael Loge on parade. And right on. And it's just, you know, it's very good to honor such things.
Oh, just on
Okay.
section there.
Yeah, Freedom of the City, I wasn't really sure. It's granted to veterans of World War I, World War II, Korean War, and peacekeeping. And I know, you know, these are very important things to remember. And, you know, the longer away we get from those wars and those dates, the less people are actually respecting and understanding why we live in such a special
we have
place.
a bunch of veterans that showed up.
Okay, and this is still from the same event. Veterans that we're talking about. This is 2005, and you know, time is going by every year, and we're down to almost, you know, it's very rare to find. You know, there's some Korean War veterans. I don't even know how many more World War II veterans are still alive. And then we have the great Harold Adams, the local historian, with some of these photos. And right on, Raj.
And his write-ups, I guess.
Yeah, and the write-ups. So great work from Harold Adams. And you know what, Raj? I was at the Knappen Bakery on Water Street. I picked up a flax seed loaf of bread. And I get in there to talking. And the owner, great lady, German family, their product is amazing, and it has been for a long time. And I asked her about Wolfgang Huxma. That was my other correction. Oh, yeah. And I was like, Wolfgang Huxma, and it's a friend. He's also a German ancestry. And I asked if he did Iron Man, and she said yes, he did. And there was a young lady in there. I think she is the daughter of the owners. And she was telling me that she is working on a big project on Front Street in Chatham on Water Street, and I'm not exactly sure as to the details, and I don't want to talk about it too much just in case I get it wrong, but I'll be in connection with her, and I'll be figuring out some more about her project. So it's great to see a young person, creative and interested in history, and hopefully is going to be able to present a beautiful product.
Here's the program first.
2005, folks, August 11 to 14, we have the Knappen, the 14th annual Knappen Agricultural Show, and admission was $4 for adults, $2 for children. The weekend pass was $8. Check out the new Mustang show. It says petting zoo and pony rides. Very well done. And like I say, when you have a community, Knappen is it's on the south side of our city. It stretches, it's in the eastern part, and it's farmland. It consists of mainly 2 roads. It used to have a covered bridge back there until recent times. It stretches out into the bay. My favorite teacher from high school, Bob Corlett, lives out there. I skated on that river as a kid. The Knappen Fair, folks, so it takes all kinds to have a great community, and the agricultural sector is to be respected. These are the people that really know how to get their hands dirty, and they produce a lot of our food. Very capable, grounded people. Allison Furlot of Douglastown holds the Canadian flag. Mustang Jr. yawns for the crowd. Louis Gallier of Chatham leads Canadian Peacekeepers. He's a bagpiper. There's Louis Gallier. There's nothing like a bagpipe, folks. It's an amazing instrument. Imagine being able to play that. There's the Mustang right there. And I'll tell you what, it's something that I spoke about before, Raj. I haven't really taken that in. I haven't respected it as much as I should have. But this man here always went out to the Knappen Fair.
So the Knappen Fair was always ahead of the Miramichi X.
It was always before the Miramichi. It used to be the Miramichi Agricultural Exhibition. There's a photo from 2005. We see the Ferris wheel there. I also, look at that. What's that? Is that Woody Woodpecker? Anyhow, there's an aerial shot from the Miramichi and the Miramichi's exhibition 2005. It was a special pamphlet.
There was a message from the president to show who the president was. Always was.
Okay. Message from President Trevors. John Trevors is the president of the Miramichi Agricultural Exhibition. There's a photo from him right there. The community always went out, supported that, took it in. And again, I always went for the rides and hanging out with the kids. I went there in my elementary, whatever, and it was a good hangout. I honestly wasn't able to respect the agricultural aspect, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it changed a lot. There's no names here, but it's a nice picture.
Oh, it is a nice picture. And this is from the Moncton Times. Several members of Team New Brunswick gather for a photograph before leaving the Greater Moncton International Airport last night en route to the Canada Games in Regina, Summer Canada Games, August 2005. Look at this beautiful group of healthy young people that are going to compete against other healthy young people across Canada. An aerial shot from the airport in Moncton. And you know what? New Brunswick does have some pretty cool colors, I must say. The maroon or burgundy, is it, with that green, mixed with sometimes a little bit of mustard yellow in there and some white. And what a great group. I wonder if anybody in this photo went on in their athletic careers in a professional sense. That would be an interesting question.
Okay, you read this here after you show the photos. There's two different teams there.
Okay. Well, it says the Tigers, Douglastown Tigers, win 2005 Old Timers Baseball Tournament. And this Old Timers Baseball is something that I've always heard about. Chatham Head had a big operation, Douglastown, and I never ever knew anybody that participated. But it has a great tradition, doesn't it, Raj?
Oh, yes.
And there's some team photos. And what kind of names do we have?
Let's read the first paragraph.
Okay.
Make sure you got that right. I think it's Chatham Head, eh?
The hometown Chatham Head Tigers. I said Douglastown. Sorry about that. There's somebody that has their coffee every morning at Creative Grounds, and they would have corrected me on that if I didn't correct it right now. I already got corrected on that about, Hiram Baisley not being alive anymore. And, us here at Mirami-histor-chi, we don't pretend to be experts, Raj. We're down here, community project. We're just sharing some stories. I'm just joking, by the way. The hometown Chatham Head Tigers were crowned champions of the 29th annual Miramichi Valley Baseball League Old Timers Tournament Sunday. The Tigers defeated the Chatham Ironmen 14-11 in the final. And Daryl O'Donnell keeps the barbecue ready. Tom Gallivan accepts a Community Service Award from MLA John Foran. Jerry Saunier retires. Former Chatham Head Tigers player Pat Henry's number 4. I'll show that photo. The Douglastown Rangers cheering squad. Wendy Carroll, Brenda Hanna, Gail White, Lynn McKenzie, Linda Vautour, Janice McDonald, Pamela Mitchell, Kim Mitchell, and it says Janice McDonald. That is that group of people, ladies, that we just mentioned. What a great photo. They're taking in a beautiful day, it looks like, having some fun, having some laughs. There's the championship right there. Great photo. Another team right there. Is that the Ironman? That was the Douglastown Rangers. And who do we have? Number 4, Jerry Saunier retires. Chatham Head Tigers. Pat Henry's number 4. And what a great honor, right? Doesn't matter what league you're in, where you're at, to have an honor, your number being retired in a park. That's a special thing, and the only person that's ever had his number retired in Logieville softball is sitting right next to me right now, the local historian, Roger Como.
Just check to see who took the photo. I don't know the name.
Yeah, who did take the photo? And Roger's reminding me, it's a Doug Underhill article, and it doesn't really say who took the photos.
Yeah, sometime Frankie McFarland does that, and maybe Doug did it.
Maybe Doug did it, maybe Brian Richard did it, maybe Frankie McFarland. But thanks again, Raj, for bringing that up. It's a very important thing to recognize. Now, how are we doing for time? That's 20 minutes. It's I'd say another 10 or 15 minutes maybe, and then that gets us through.
Okay, this is a Newfoundland festival.
Oh wow, this is another amazing thing from the famous Logieviller, Matilda Murdoch. She has many articles over the years in our local newspaper, and we, you know, if you've been watching our episodes, you'd know that we've mentioned her many times, and she deserves all the credit from us. Miramichi fiddler to attend Newfoundland Festival. Miramichi's own cultural icon and ambassador, fiddler Matilda Murdoch, is set to attend the Newfoundland and Labrador Folk Festival in St. John's, Newfoundland. She was 85 in 2005, and she is showing no sign of slowing down as she continues to create new compositions and attend events near and far. She is an amazing artist. Look at her. She was so humble, and we're proud of her in this little community. And she's been given the Order of Canada. And I mentioned on a previous episode, Raj, when her son Leo knocked on my mother's door after the passing of my father with a poem presented in a frame to my mother. It was a beautiful gesture. I was really touched. We read the poem here. And I'm going to go, I told Leo I'm going to get in touch with him. So Leo, if you're watching, I am going to give you a phone call, and we're going to go and Leo, oh, another thing, Leo shared with me, Raj, one of his CDs, and he wrote a song about his mother, a legend in her time. And I hope to go to Leo's place and record him singing that song for an episode that we're going to talk about Matilda, hopefully, if we get the right guest host in here, shall I say.
Well, this is a festival that happened down there at the beach, the family land campground. It used to be called Manderson's Beach, so this festival was held there.
Oh! Okay, okay, that was my other correction. Sorry to cut you off. So Roger, he just keeps on coming. Look how beautiful this is. Raj, my friend in Vancouver, he watched a couple episodes, and he's like, your uncle looks like a kind soul. So that was from Mike Vertlieb in Vancouver. Spectators gather for fun-filled weekend. The Bluegrass Festival delights hundreds, folks, at the Family Land Campground, former KOA, Manderson's Beach. Look at this great tradition of bluegrass music. I love listening to some bluegrass myself. Down, you know, originated in the Kentucky area, folks. And, you know, the Appalachian Mountains. Dolly Parton was inspired. And Dolly Parton, once again, a lot of people know Dolly for that fake hair and, you know, another fake body part. But I'll tell you what, Dolly Parton is a damn legendary genius songwriter. Thousands and thousands of songs. Listen to a Dolly Parton song by yourself and don't tell me she doesn't get into your soul. She gives it. Anyway, Dolly, I'm sure all of these musicians are fans. One of the bands was called the Sidekicks. They had Ronnie Savoy, Danny Mallet, Norm Mallet, and Russell Soller. It was the second annual Miramichi Bluegrass Festival. Success. There were 350 trailers down there, 1,000 people, and it was a 3-day event, and it was at Family Land Campground. Joe Gallant teaches young Taylor LeBlanc of Oshawa some bluegrass basics. The Acoustic Horizon reunion got together for the festival. Frank Duty, Ray Legier, Ron Savoy, Fern Mallet, and everyone, Robert Richard. So look at that. Great times. Nothing better than sitting back on the grass, listening to some to the roots music, bluegrass, Americana. Right, it's an amazing tradition of music. I love it, and good for you guys. And the next correction, Raj, we were talking about, we showed a picture of Parker Manderson with his hands on his hips or hands folded looking at his swimming pool. And Gary Traer was swimming as a kid. I think Shelley Rashore was there. And then we held this up, and it said, and this was laying there. We had not this plan. Roger has stuff everywhere. School ending, beach party and dance, Manderson's Beach, Thursday, June 29th. Music by the Saints, 9:30, admission $1. Roger had the year 1978 on it. Roger's daughter bought Parker's old home and restored it. Amazing job. But it says, and I noticed this when I was watching, it says, sponsored by the Logieville Centennial Committee. Centennial, 100. I'm assuming this is 1967. This is a 1967 beach party. I could be wrong about it, or was it Centennial Hall? Oh, so the Centennial's the name of the rec center?
Well, no, Centennial is just the occasion of 100 years.
Yeah. So we're now, see how good we are? Like we get we get our Sherlock Holmes pipes on and we start discovering dates. So this could be from 1967. We said 1978, so we could be wrong about that.
Yeah.
And which brings me, I mentioned one of our sponsors, Roger's daughter Amanda. We showed that. She painted that where my finger is right there. That's a picture of Raj. Today we're going back to our first sponsor, folks. And our first sponsor is Roger's neighbor. He's my brother-in-law, Mr. Corey Wishart. And he calls his stuff Wishworks. He does woodworking, metalworking, and leather, and kind of everything. He's a local craftsman. He's self-taught, amazing, skilled guy, not afraid to try things. This is a guitar strap for his beautiful daughter, Abby, my niece. And Corey made this, you know, he just goes in, gets his leather in Moncton, figures it out. Beautiful work, custom made. So if you are looking for a gift for a loved one and you want it authentic and you want to have your hand in designing, why not contact a local craftsman such as Corey Wishart? And then he is so easy to work with. He's so talented. We've shown several of his items here. And he'll be able to, with you, design something custom made for a special somebody with his touch on it. And, you know, if it comes from a local craftsperson, it's not going to be $2.54 at your local Walmart, but it's worth every penny of it. Raj and I appreciate that kind of work. And if you're wondering how a guy like Corey Wishart can sponsor such a program as this, the Mirami-histor-chi, well, he does it by just being the greatest brother-in-law a man could ever ask. And if you're looking how to get in touch with Corey Wishart, plunk yourself in the Miramichi and ask the first person that you see walking by if they know Corey Wishart, and they're likely to say yes. And from 2005, folks, the Family Hockey Tourney Trophy goes to the Wishart family out on Tabas and Tack, and Corey is in the front row right there. Corey Wishart, a strong skater, really strong legs on him. His son Luke now, my nephew, played in this year's tournament, and it's an amazing family tournament. And that on that team we had Andre Casey, Corey Wishart, Rodney Wishart, Brian Wishart, Danny Stymus, Robbie Wishart, Reed Wishart, Dan McKim, Ron Hillebrand, David Wishart, Dave McDonald, Brent Smith, Colin McDougall, Gordy Wishart, and the coach, Mr. Laurie Wishart. And it's in a great tradition out there that they have. They have a family tournament, and they tried to get Roger to marry an old grandmother or aunt out there because you have to be a member of the family, and in that way they could have got him on the team. They needed another centerman, Raj. They needed some goal scoring, but looks like they did pretty good without you.
The grandmother didn't want to do it.
The grandmother said, "No way am I marrying a cummo from Logieville. Are you kidding me?" So we're getting on in time, I think, but we got a few more in us.
Three parts of this here.
Okay, is this going to be our?
Oh, this is short.
Yeah, but I just think that we, you know, that's 30, and we had 10, so maybe we'll do this and one more, and we're gonna close. Okay. So Roger passes this over. Beta Vin Summer Survival Karaoke Idol 2005, folks. Who do we have at Beta Vin Summer Survival 2005? Look at that trio right there. We have Amy Doucette. She was 21 from Miramichi, Gerard's daughter. Corey Falley, 21 from the Miramichi, and Brianna Carter, 11 from Miramichi. And look how adorable she looked in that picture, going up against these 20-year-olds. She must have been intimidated. The 10 finalists in the Beta Vin Summer Survival Karaoke Idol will bring their best voices to the festival on July 31st at 1 p.m., folks. Really cool, Raj.
There's a second article.
And here's the second article. Some singers to qualify. Who put themselves out there in 2005 at the Beta Vin Summer Survival Karaoke Contest? We had that girl that we just showed. Her name was Tanya Durrell, And oh, she was registering participants.
Yeah.
Corey Fowley sings Mr. Jones from the Counting Crows. And the judges were Lois Dolan of Bay de Vin, Flo Durrell of Bay St. Anne, and Paul McGraw of Miramichi. And if anybody knows Paul McGraw, he is the Paul of the folk singing duo Connie and Paul. And I'm the owner of the Miramichi Kitchen Party on Main Street. And he's a legendary Miramichi writer, musician, performer. And then we have Bay de Vin Karaoke Idol 2005 winner. Who was it? It was Corey Fowley singing Mr. Jones. I wonder what young Corey Fowley did after that at the recent Bay de Vin or was the winning the karaoke idol contest at Bay de Vin, was that his career highlight? Like, who knows? Or did he go to Japan and try to compete at the karaoke circuit over in Japan? It's quite something.
Yeah.
Oh, right on, Raj. And what do we got? One more for us?
Oh, well, we have to put that through.
Okay. Let's do one more, and then we're gonna have to say goodbye for this episode. Miramichi Police Cruisers win Design Award. This is the Miramichi Police Cruiser in 2005. It wins a Design Award. I'll read that caption very shortly right here. Sergeant Bob Bruce shows off the Miramichi Police Force's award-winning cruiser, and there's no article about it, but really cool. And yeah, I went many days, Raj, driving up our front road here in Logieville up to Chatham along the water without seeing a police officer. The speed limit used to be 80. They switched it to 50. And funny story, a local lady, Carmel Gallant,
Yeah.
who I think she made it to 100.
Oh,
or
yeah.
was it 99?
100. Yeah.
She made it to 100. And I forget what year it was. Anyway, she was cruising up there. Cop stops her. I don't know how old she was. She's probably 90 or 80 something. And he said, I caught you for speeding. And she's so elegant and beautiful. And she's like, no way. I've been living here for almost 90 years. I know this. I was not speeding. And she didn't know that it got switched over. But point being, today I was going much too fast. And a police car was first one I saw in months. And I thought I was getting snagged. But I got away with it, folks. So what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is, if you can get away with speeding, do it.
Holy shit.
No, that's, guys, I'm joking.
The police are very good.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be cool. We'll do that next time. I'm supposed to meet with him, and I'll talk about this next time.
Yeah.
So, Raj, thanks a lot once again for sharing all of your work. It takes a lot, you deserve a lot of credit for what you have collected over the years. We're doing our best to have some fun as a nephew and uncle and to share some local recent history of the Miramichi. We're having fun. We don't pretend to be experts. And I'll close with something I've read several times on this before, and it's from a book called Lines on the Water. It's a nonfiction by David Adams Richards, and he's talking about an older fisherman that he learned a lot from over the years, and this is what David Adams Richards says about him. He was, and always will be, the embodiment of a Miramichier. Proud, conscious of others, fearless within the bounds of physical environment, full of humor, and yet somewhat shy. And if you were to break that down, I actually think it's a really amazing compliment to our people here on the river. To be proud. That means that your head's up high, you got confidence in your life, to be conscious of others, do unto others as you do unto yourself, like to respect other humans, of course. Fearless within the bounds of physical environment means that you're not afraid to get out there, use your hands, and know what physical reality is. And it's full of humor. It's very important to be able to joke, and yet somewhat shy. Humility, being humble. I think it's an excellent description of a Miramichier, Raj. Mm-hmm. And I would say that you fit all of those. I'm still working at it at 47. I got a long way to go, but we'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm with the local historian Roger Como, and tomorrow's Good Friday, and I don't know what your plans are, but if you're around,
You would.
I will come over. Okay, see you later.